Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here, April 29, 2020, with the SARS-CoV-2 fact and science update. So new data emerging. What about prison? Now, these people are in a very enclosed environment. It could be very problematic if this virus were truly as deadly as some people have been suggesting. One economist looked at this and said, you know, the Diamond Princess, those people had a lot more freedom of movement and a lot less probability of infecting one another than would happen in a prison. Certainly this virus in a prison could be really, really bad. So someone did the study. 4 states were looked at. Marion, Ohio was certainly one of them, and then 3 others as well. But here's what they found out. A bunch of people in prison had it, but didn't even know it because they had absolutely 0 symptoms. 96%, 96 out of 100 of people in prison who had it had absolutely 0 symptoms. By the way, this is a good time for an inspiring quote. The Shawshank Redemption, it's listed by many people as absolutely one of the top motivational movies of all time. And it really is. I watched it for the first time during this break. So there are some advantages to this break. But here's the quote. You either get busy living or you get busy dying. So if you're on house arrest, you might think about the fact that 96% of people incarcerated in not house arrest, but public arrest in confinement among other people are asymptomatic. So what really kills us, I call it the deadly quartet: stress, toxins, malnutrition, physical inactivity. Well, do you think that these people in prison might have above average stress? Do you think they might be exposed to more toxins? Certainly, through their food sources, I would guess. I'm thinking that they're serving them genetically modified garbage, not top shelf organic. That also the way would lead to malnutrition. I'm guessing that they probably move their bodies around those, so that could be helpful. So now we look at an update from New York. Last week they thought, okay, 13.7% of New York is infected. No. It's now 14.9%. So let's look at the death rate. The New York population is 19.5 million people. Reported deaths through April 28th, 17,638. What's the death rate? 0.006. Now, if we look at the global death rate, which I don't anymore, because when they looked at Italy, what they find out, 88% of the deaths were called COVID deaths that were not COVID deaths, right? Stage 4 cancer patient on hospice takes their last breath and then they say, that was a COVID death. 88 times out of 100, something's very, very wrong with how stats were kept. So global economic experts say this. You look at the known death rate. We ended 2019 at 7.579 per 1,000 people. By the way, it looks like it went up a little bit, was projected to go up in 2020. So here's our current world population through yesterday, right? 7.781 billion people. How many people have died? Actually, 19,217,000. What was projected at 7.59? That'd be 19,201. What about if it were 760 per 10,000, right? Just one more per 10,000. It does look like that went up. Then we're right on track. We're right on track. One global economist said, this is really a nothing on the scale of death. Well, I will remind you that if you have a family member that died, well, it's not nothing. If you have a frontline worker that's been frightened into being severely stressed, then it's not nothing. If your economic capacity has been crippled by ridiculous policy, well, then it's not nothing. But here's what Epictetus said, one of the Stoic philosophers. He says, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within your control, some things are not. So what can you control? I'm going to ask you that. Do you have a choice of whether you put a mask on or not? Some foolish Harris County judge said, hey, everybody needs to wear a mask. It's going to be law, or you'll be fined or even imprisoned. The governor said, what are you, nuts? I mean, get a clue. So, you know, that false news was spread, but I was shocked. I saw more people wearing masks. I feel bad for people wearing masks. They don't have a clue that they don't work, that this bug is not as bad as they're saying. And if you're 20 and healthy and wearing a mask, oh, come on, come on. So God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference is the Serenity Prayer, but I like the updated version. God grant me the serenity to accept the people that I cannot change, the courage to change the one that I can, and the wisdom to know it's me. So how can we change? Well, we can get better, stronger, faster, smarter, and informed decisions, knowledge, and listening to people that really don't have a reason other than to share truth. When all this is said and done, I think we're going to find out that the people that have been calling this much, much worse have some type of alternative agenda, which, by the way, didn't turn out to be in the best interest of the world. So here's the marching orders for today. Enjoy every moment that you can. Add value to someone. Smile. Be happy. It's great for the immune system. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.